Hello, everybody. My name's Rebecca, and welcome back to My Bookish Travels. Today, we're going to be reacting to reviews of books that just never made it from page to screen. And I feel like this is going to be quite fun because a lot of these I have not looked at since I originally wrote them. So I do want to put up a little bit of a warning. I am going to, for all of the parts, have a screenshot of the book that I am going to be talking about on the screen, but if you have not read the book, do not listen to me reacting to these book reviews because I'm not going to be filtering if it's a spoiler or not. I'm literally going to read through them and find out if I did a really good job reviewing it or not, and also try to figure out, is this why I didn't film something? Was there just not a lot written down for it? So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to be chuckling a lot through this, and I hope that you guys enjoy as well. Okay, so the first one I have in here is actually Uncommon Criminals by Ali Carter. I remember really liking this one. So let's see. I don't have a lot. I actually only have 4 points written down, so let's see what they are. So the first one is Cat Got Conned. Yes, this is how it starts, and it's so good. Like, it needed to happen. She was a little full of herself from what I remember with the start of the book. And then it says Uncle Eddie and Uncle Charlie, History of Boys with the Girls, The Switch Between the Boys. What? I remember there being something about the guys loving one girl and something. Was there some? Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. This showed how Kat got addicted to the con. No longer brought team, got sloppy. Oh, yes, that's what happened. She tried to do one on her own without the team, and they were all mad at her, and she deserved it. Beginning of the book was the beginning of the first book. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was a really. Wait, no, maybe I don't. Am I saying, did I write that wrong? Beginning of the book was the beginning of the first book. Wait, no. Yeah, because she goes in to do like the artwork thing, and that stems back to something at the beginning of the first book. Oh my goodness. All right, so obviously this did not make the cut at all because this is not a review at all. This is just like points that I was, I guess, shocked by or liked, something like that. Oh, this next one, guys. Yes, I remember this one. I'm kind of sad I never did a review on this one, but we're doing it now. So Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson. Brilliant writing, story layout today, journal entries today. Yes, I really liked how the writing style was of the story. Flawed characters. Yes, they were all extremely flawed. Confusion and suspicion falls on everyone, even the main character. Absolutely. There's a lot of that disbelief in, does the character actually know what she's talking about? Because she has that issue with her memory. Unreliable narrator. Here it is. Christine doesn't even know herself due to her amnesia. Yes. I don't think it's amnesia, though, that she has. I think it's that her memory keeps resetting each day. Christine was attacked, not hit by a car. Yes, I remember how shocked I was by that. Dr. Nash does show disbelief in what Christine says. Okay, hotel has no evidence, not even a security camera. This seems very disbelieving. Yes, I remember being so upset about this because I used to work in a hotel. Okay, there are security cameras in the halls. There are security cameras in the pool area, in the breakfast area, at the entrance when you check in. So the fact that there was absolutely nothing at all, like the emergency exits and entrances have cameras. Usually the only places you don't see them are in the actual stairwell because they have cameras in the halls that point towards the doorway to go into those, or in the public washroom and in the actual rooms themselves. Those are the 3 areas where, well, the last 2 that I mentioned, legally you can't have cameras. So an individual public washroom and in your actual bedrooms, those are 2 locations you are by law not allowed to have cameras in because of privacy restrictions. So the fact that there was absolutely nothing showing her coming in to check in or going into the hotel, I was very like, this doesn't seem right. What else is on this list of things that I have? So it says Christine and the reader changed by the end of the day for the journal. Yes. Yeah, that is correct. Like, you definitely feel vastly different after that initial day. Heartbreaking to find out Ben has not been there for her the whole time. Yeah, that was really sad. Very, very sad. Oh my goodness, this is a long one. There's 3 pages worth of stuff, guys. All right. From the beginning, I did not trust Ben, but is underlined, but did not completely expect Mike to pretend to be. Oh my goodness, how old was I when I wrote this? From the beginning, I did not trust Ben, but did not completely expect Mike to pretend to be him. Makes me a bit mad about Ben leaving her alone for so long. Yeah, I was actually angry about that. I'm still a little bit salty about it. Christine had been pregnant at the time she was attacked. She told Mike it was Ben's, but really had no idea whose baby it really was. Oh, that was very awkward, that moment of reading it. Mike's extent of commitment in his mind. He photoshopped so many pictures. I have an exclamation point after that one. Oh my goodness, guys. All right, so Mike, I have here reasons I dislike him. No evidence shown in the book, but nurse friend she had in recovery. Mike? Question mark. I remember having this question. This is a very deep question that I'd like some answers on. Kept her from everyone, told her her son was dead with evidence. With evidence. I remember this because her son didn't die. Oh, the evidence made me so mad. Burnt her journal, beat her up at the beginning, willing to kill her. Yeah, there's like a lot of messed up stuff that happened in this book. Honestly, between Mike, definitely awkward and uncomfortable. Ben tried to move on with his life, but couldn't. He still loved her. Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember. Realistic end. Christine might not remember tomorrow, and it ends where it technically began. That is true. This one was very bittersweet. I'm pretty positive that I got rid of the book because of the fact that I was like, I'm just not going to read this again. And thinking back on it, I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, I should have just kept it on my shelf. Like, it's one of those ones where you're like, ooh, that nitty grittiness of the story. Yeah. Before I go to sleep, like I remember like the big shock in it is the fact that you're thinking something else and it turns out to not even be the case because you're like, Ben did it. And then you're just like, Ben isn't Ben. Ben is Mike pretending to be Ben. And you're like, oh my goodness, like did not see that coming at all. The first time that I watched the film, I knew it was coming, but my mom didn't. And when that little like scene got shown, my mom was just like, what? So I remember, yeah, I definitely, I think that the book was definitely, you know, ahead of its time with the story that it gave. So let's move on to the next one. The next one that I have in here is Stolen by Lucy Christopher. This is another one that I didn't keep the book after I finished it. It was good, but it just wasn't one I wanted to keep on my shelf. Now that I'm looking back at some of these, I'm like, darn it, I should have kept them on my shelf. Like they are like unique ones. But anyway, here we go. Writing style. It's a letter style because it's a first person narrative. Character breakdown. We have Gemma who's 16 and Ty who's 24. Oh, I remember Ty totally creeped me out. Key moments, airport coffee, realism with her first few hours being stolen. Yes, that was very creepy. Ty retelling childhood, knowledge of Gemma, the scene where he allows her to run until she realizes. Yeah, that was just messed up, like really messed up. But it's kind of like that like moment where they allow you to do something until you're just so like disheartened and destroyed. They're like, all right, now I'm going to build you back up because now you're so broken that I can now mold you into what I want. Gemma going to Ty thinking she loves him and gets bit by a snake and Ty's dilemma. After Ty's capture, Gemma still sticks up for him, then stops because of parents and doctors. Gemma's conflict on which choice is better at the end, lie to go with him or tell truth so he gets help. And I even wrote Wikipedia defines Stockholm Syndrome. Guys, do not ever use Wikipedia for any type of research. Anyone can write anything down, but let's see if I wrote down a good definition of it. Wikipedia defines Stockholm Syndrome, capture bonding, as a psychological phenomenon in which hostages express empathy and sympathy and have positive feelings towards their captors, sometimes to the point of defending and identifying with the captors. This is dealt with extremely well and shown brilliantly in this book, is what I have underneath. And that is true. Like Stockholm Syndrome is definitely what's taking place here. And there's like no discussion of Stockholm Syndrome. I think at the end she hears the words for it being kind of thrown around, but it definitely is what happened here. And yeah, I'm curious. Reading this now, I'm curious because I'm not sure if anyone else knew, but the author wrote a sequel to Stolen, and I believe it's about Ty. Like later on afterwards, I didn't look very closely. I should, because I'm curious now. Anyway, let's look at this next one because this one I definitely remember. I did not like this book. I didn't like this book, and I'm curious if my actual like things I wrote down make sense. So it's called Here Comes Trouble by Donna Kaufman. I'm gonna see if I can find the actual cover of the one that I read because guys, I wouldn't even read that book in public. I was like so ashamed of the cover. And now the books that I'm reading with the covers that they have, I'm just like, yeah, I like read these at work with these covers. And here I am ashamed to take this one into work. Oh my goodness. So here's my discussion points I wrote down. Originally drawn to this story due to the bed and breakfast setting. Obviously, I was working in a hotel at the time, so, you know. The writing style is The writing style is extremely dry with long, drawn-out passages with the characters' thoughts and feelings that just didn't feel justified. Story told through dual POV for Brett and Kirby. Definitely preferred the more normal thoughts of Brett. The insta-love seemed cheesy and cliche. Surprised by Brett's friend, what he had done and was doing. Definitely more of a realistic ending. Wait, I don't remember what Brett's friend had done and what he was doing. What's Brett's friend doing? Rebecca, why did I only write that? That doesn't help. The epilogue made this book a 2 stars rating, then a 1. Kirby and Brett definitely gave off Lorelai and Luke vibes. Okay, so now I kind of understand. That's hilarious. Quote, page 78. I even wrote the page numbers down. You can't be surprised when folks treat you like a doormat when you never stop them from walking all over you. Ooh, that's a good one. That one, I believe Brett actually said that to Kirby. I also like the fact that the main character's name is Kirby in this, but yeah, I like page 78's quote. That's a good one. Page 188. That was me telling you that I want you to get in my way because right or wrong for each other, I plan to get in yours. Ooh, that's a good one too. Ooh, those are some really good quotes. So may not have liked the book, but those quotes are winners. Oh, guys, Figment, Cameron Jace, book 2 in the what's the first one called? Insanity. The first one's called Insanity. I'll link the review video for you guys down below. I honestly feel like I should just leave this and do an actual review of it because, like, I love this series so much. All right, so it's a modern day retelling of Alice in Wonderland. I just have to set the stage because this is the second one in a series. Alice in modern day is in an insane asylum. And there's some other stuff going on. So I can't go into anything else. But honestly, if you guys haven't read Insanity, just bypass me talking about Figment because I don't want you to get spoiled because the series is brilliant. And go in the description box below and go watch the non-spoiler section. I think there's a non-spoiler section of Insanity that I did on my old channel. You've been warned. I'm going to jump into what I've written here. Previously on Insanity, quirky, unique way to recap and get back in the story. Yep, I still like that. The little boy at the football match, he was also at Oxford, right? Who is he? Wonderlander? Monster? Who? Very true. Chapter 10, Shocker to the System, Reality Doubter. Don't remember what happened in chapter 10, but apparently it was quite a shocker to my system when I read it. Cheshire Cat morgue scene. Talk about creepy. I feel like I remember some of the morgue scene, but not all of it. But honestly, I'm going to go based off of what I've written here and totally accept that it was definitely a creepy scene. News showed Alice died in the theater, but she went by Edith's name. Oh, yeah, I remember being intrigued by this because I was like, she didn't say her name was Alice, so why is it saying Alice died? Queen of England, Queen of Hearts. I remember that being quite a shocker for me. Muffin Man is a Wonderland monster. Yeah. Also still creeped out by the Muffin Man. Professor Pillar tells it like it is to Alice, needed to be told to stop and move on. Carol's potion left us oblivious to her looks. He protected her from us this way. I love how they did a mixture of like reality and insanity, and then they brought in like more reality and fiction. Oh, so good. Appearance of Through the Looking Glass and what Alice found there occurs. I remember that scene. Alice paralyzed in real life. Is it reality? Alice's tattoo. When and why did she get the tattoo? Black Chess Corporation. Then I've got this start. Jack is a figment of his own imagination. The ending. And then I have here the mood song, The Greatest by Sia. Oh, I feel like that would go really well with it. I'm surprised that I put a mood song down here. That's interesting. Guys, Messenger by Lois Lowry. Oh, Maddie as the main character, although written more as a secondary character, he is so much more. Yeah, this was my favorite one of all 4 of the books. Probably the most powerfully written book in the series. Leader, his family, Jonas and Kira. Oh, so cute. Seeing a future to my favorites and previous books in the series. Seeing the chance and development towards the positive with them. I love it. Leader goes to Maddie. Our gifts are our weapons. I knew Maddie's true name the entire time. I remember that. I don't remember his name now, but I remembered his name. Like when I was reading it, I remember that I was just like, I bet you this is his true name. And then it was. That ending, I felt that it was coming to end that way, but I hoped it wouldn't be my favorite book in the series. So true, guys. So true. Looky here, the next page. I just flipped the pages. I was like feeling emotional because I'm like, no, you're not getting emotional about Maddie. Paper Princess by Aaron Watt, guys. Author's true names are Elle Kennedy and Jan Frederick. The Boys Before Flowers feel to the story. If you guys know about the manga Boys Before Flowers, or you've watched any type of Asian drama, Boys Over Flowers or Boys Before Flowers, you have, what is it, Hanayori Dango. There's also the remake on Netflix. What else? There's another one that Meteor Garden. So those are a couple of the titles that you probably are used to seeing, but that vibe was coming up a lot in Paper Princess. Estrangement between Callum and the boys done well, not easily resolved. Still unresolved at end of book. Guys, that is so true. Like, to this point in time, so true. Characters are all flawed, more realistic. It humanizes them. Yep. Oh, look, here it says Brooke issue. Can you guys, hold on, let me see if I can. Oh no, is it going to? There we go, Brooke issue. Elle's interactions with individual family members, different, unique, somehow she fixes it and connects them. Yeah, that is very, very true. You know how I've got the end of this? It says, that ending. What? Why? How? That is literally how, how I've got this written. Oh my word, guys. Oh look, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Roald Dahl. Other thoughts while reading is what this is titled. A tailcoat made of beautiful plum-covered velvet. Trousers were bottle green, gloves were pearly white. Joker, from his outfit selection. Interesting. Oompa Loompa and the fizzy lifting drinks. Minions, Despicable Me scene. Another interesting little moment where, yes, that does feel, those both feel very true with what it shows there. That's basically it. That was all of the ones that I had in here. Yeah, I was very intrigued by some of the things that I had in here from previous and some that I had currently, and I'm very excited to, continue on. So those there are the actual reviews that just did not make it from page to screen on my end. If you guys would like to see full reviews on any of these, please let me know. I am more than willing to go back and reread one of or any of these books at all to see if my opinion changes, and I can definitely do that. Do you guys, though, I have to ask, do you guys have somewhere that you have old reviews written down outside of the digital side of things that you can review and see what you think of what you wrote previously? I took great joy in this. This is a very long video. I definitely had a lot of fun looking back on these. Definitely a great joy in my life. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there for you guys. And if you have any questions about anything that I have shared, please feel free to let me know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you then. Bye!